We're going to start with Undead Unluck episode 13 called Tatiana, after our favorite ball with arms. While Tatiana is busy fighting, she gets news that Fuka was injured during the fight with Unrepair. While she's coming to this realization, we get to learn more about Tatiana and her backstory. So to begin the episode, we see that Tatiana is fighting Creed and Fang. We also get a flashback of Tatiana trying to get revenge for Gina's death. And I was kind of glad that they didn't really show all of this in the original anime, like in the original episode when like we first got like her just obliviating Andy. But I thought it was cool that they brought it back in a flashback. What do you guys think?
I thought that was a really good thing that they did. I also like that they kind of like unballing that moment for the rest of the characters too. Because I remember we were talking that they kind of seem like they don't care about each other at all, and we're slowly kind of figuring out that's not true at all. Quite the opposite. So I thought it was really cool.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm not sure if it's like everybody cares about everybody that much, or if it's like there's little cliques within
I'm sure
the
like
round
any
table,
group of like 10, there's cliques. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, plus, they're literally fighting against God. So, like, if they fight amongst themselves, there's no way they're going to win against God. So,
very true. Very true.
Definitely. We also get to learn a little bit about Tatiana's negator ability, and her attack is called UT area. I have no idea what UT could mean in this. I was trying to think of like a big AoE boom boom kind of attack you could call UT, but nothing came to mind.
Yeah, I'm going with something, but I don't know what the T would stand for.
Oh, we're dumb.
Well, I think I know. I think
we're really
it's
dumb.
I think it's untouchable.
It's untouched.
Oh my god!
Yeah. Untouchable area.
Yeah, we're really dumb. Like the minute like I looked at it again, I was like, wait, her name's untouchable. We're idiots.
At first, I didn't know what it meant until they literally unveiled her power later, and then I was like, it has to be untouchable area. That would make sense.
Okay, in all fairness, I wrote this question before they revealed her name.
I mean, it's still a good question. Like, you still wouldn't like put it together somewhat. It took a minute for me to think about it.
Yes.
What it meant. So
yeah, as soon as I said Dan's like, damn it.
I was like, oh no.
Well, we live and we learn, boys.
Awesome. So also during the flashback, we learned that the power suit, the big ball looking thing that Tatiana wears, is actually to keep her power in. Her power is so devastating that they have to contain it in this ball looking mecha thing. So that was kind of surprising. I thought it was gonna be like a touch thing, like she couldn't touch people, kind of like Fuko. But I didn't think it was gonna be what it was gonna be, you know?
Yeah, I thought it was something that was going to make her very fragile. I thought it was for her protection, not everybody else's. So, go ahead.
I still don't quite like understand it to the max. Like, it says something about impurities, right? Like, do y'all know how it exactly works?
I think anything that touches her is just vaporized, and if she uses her power to its full extent and unleashes this UT area attack, it basically just pushes everything out of that could be touching that ball, like her little barrier. So her barrier is expanding. So that's like what the big AOT or AoE attack is.
Yeah, my thoughts were that her power suit is actually it's just compressing her area. And she can like manually take it off in order to unleash it. That's what I thought. But I thought the power suit was pretty fucking awesome once we saw it in action.
Yeah.
But I was thinking it's just compressing, and then I don't know. It seems like she has to actually take it off to use her power, which is a little unfortunate, but makes sense because nothing can be inside of her area.
Yeah,
cool.
and yeah.
Oh, go for it. I was your question, so I was just curious if you were going to respond to it.
No, I'm ready to go.
Cool.
Tyler's been drinking.
Tyler's got that New Year's Day hangover kicking in right now.
A little foggy over here, yeah.
Welcome to my world. I'm just kidding. So during this, when Tatiana is using her UT area attack and she's getting ready to explode to kill Andy for get revenge on Gina, Fuko takes responsibility for Gina's death because it was her unluck that killed Gina. And that kind of gets Gina to come back to reality. Or sorry, not Gina, Tatiana to come back to reality and stop unleashing this attack. And she's really quick tempered. So like I feel like she's just a bomb waiting to go off. So it's good to see that Fuko was able to help rein her in this.
That's true. I don't know if I would have taken like full responsibility about this because, well, I guess they did sick Fuko and Andy on her, but she kind of seemed dead set on killing Fuko as well. But in the moment, maybe it's the right thing to just say, "Yeah, that's my fault." But you don't know if she's going to try to, explode you or vaporize you or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, you got to gamble in that scenario, right? Because you don't want to see Tatiana have to deal with the aftermath of all that, you know?
Yes, that was very very savvy by Fuko. What a big heart.
So
Yeah.
after this, we get a nice scene with Tatiana in her room, and she's a kid. She is a child playing with stuffed animals. And Fuko comes in, and I was laughing because Tatiana was like, "These are all my toys. You can't touch them. They're mine." Tough shit, dog. So she's definitely like a young girl, which we learned further through a flashback. But there was a scene where Fuko shakes Tatiana's hand, and they became friends. And there was one line I really liked where she basically was like, "Let's shake hands the best we can now, but when our bodies are turned back to normal, let's shake hands for real." And I thought that really set in stone that she did want to create a friendship with Tatiana. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yes,
And
yes.
it's also interesting, like if they kill God, right? Do all the like the negator abilities just go away? I wonder, is that what that's hinting at?
I would assume so.
Yeah, I guess all the rules get undone. Yeah, and they would lose their abilities, which good for Fuko and especially Tatiana. It must get lonely in that little ball.
And good for Andy too. Dude's been wanted to die for 100 something years.
Yeah, can't forget about him.
So we also learned that we got another flashback, and this was to when Tatiana was in her childhood home in Russia. So we learned that Tatiana's a Ruski. And we learned that the untouched powers transferred to her during her 5th birthday. And this scene was tragic, boys. Like, she's blowing out candles on her 5th birthday. Her parents are there saying happy birthday. And all of a sudden, her ability activates, and her home and her family are just leveled.
Yeah,
Like,
she blew out more than candles that day.
yeah, you just saw like blood spots on the destroyed walls of this house. So, yeah, RIP to Mama and Daddy Tatiana here, boys.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy scene. It was sad to see, and I know we were like speculating on how powers transferred, and we were talking about maybe it's like a Blackbeard type of deal, where when somebody's born, they aren't automatically a negator, and we learned that they get transferred upon death to an already living person, which I thought was an interesting thing to pick up here, especially since we had talked about it. Um, that must be really, really hard for like a young kid. The same thing happened to Fuko. I think she was a little older than 5, but just to suddenly have powers and you're accidentally hurting people, or in Fuko and Tatiana's case is, killing your parents and other people. Brutal.
Yeah, it's a tragic backstory. That's something like that she has been holding in for a long time, probably too. So
Yeah. And to be, yes, I mean, Tatiana was 5 years old, like newly 5 years old, probably just didn't understand what the hell was going on.
Yeah, definitely. And I honestly, if that happened to me at 30, I wouldn't understand what's going on. You know, it doesn't
mean,
matter that you're 5.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
that's a good point. That's a very good point.
Wonder how old she is now, Tatiana. She can't be no older than like 10, right?
I don't know. I mean, based on how long her hair is when she's in the little orb, she's gotta be like 10 to 13, somewhere in that range, I feel like.
That would make
I
sense.
wonder, does everybody automatically get the anti-aging thing when they become part of like the union and the round table? Like Gina?
Hmm.
Well, Gina's ability was unchanged though. I guess that didn't. She was taking a lot of she put on a lot of makeup, I guess, but
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
I'm not sure. To continue on with the flashback, Gina, or sorry, not, I keep saying Gina, Tatiana. She basically gets abducted by the mafia and brought to one of the auctions, very similar to what we've been witnessing right now. And she's being auctioned off, and the cost got up to $200 million for this little girl. And they were like, "Yeah, she's an ornament. Like you can look at her. That's it. You feed her through this little tube." And I can imagine how tragic of a life that would be, and what kind of sick fuck would actually pay money to have that and own that, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it's just sad. Like, why would you even want to look at that? It was awful.
Rich
And
people and money, bro.
hmm
I guess. Damn.
and then like the fact that she was like pretty much begging to be killed once she got saved was like even sadder to me. I mean, I'm sure it's hard to live like that. What she's been through, what she's caused, and then just to be like, "Oh yeah, you're saved now. Like we're gonna take you, and you know everything's gonna be okay." But no, not to her. She's like, I want this to be over. This body is really getting in the way of everything for me. Did you
Definitely.
guys think this was like? I thought this was the heaviest scene in the anime so far. A kid wishing for her own death was crazy, man.
It was pretty heavy. It probably was the heaviest scene that I've seen in Undead Unluck 2, but it's done a few more, like Fuko trying to kill herself and stuff like that. So, but obviously she wasn't a 7 or 8 year old kid. So,
True, true, true. And at least like Andy was there for like some comic relief. This was just like it was a little heavy. I was not
Yeah.
expecting that. I never am from this show for some reason.
I've come to expect sad things from this show, I feel like. And there was a little comic relief at the end though, with Billy showing up, and Tatiana was just like, "Put that gun down my throat and end my life. That should do it." And instead of killing her, he shoves in what he calls long cakes.
Oh yeah.
And these cakes are like 3 feet long. It's like a little, like, it looks like an ice cream sandwich, but I'm sure it's just like crackers with some filling in it, kind of thing. And he just starts shoving them in the hole, because when she opens her mouth, I guess her barrier opens in that area so she can eat. And he's just shoving this cake down her throat, and she's so happy. So I'm really glad they did bring a lighter topic in to add a little comedy and finish it off at the end of the flashback.
Yes, and it just happened to be her favorite flavor of cake, strawberry.
it's funny. You think that was comedy. I thought that was pretty sad.
She'll live for cake.
I was tearing up a little bit.
Tried to putting a gun down her throat. It was funny.
No,
Yeah,
I didn't think
yeah, I'll
that was
take
funny
that.
either. I was just saying both of them was sad for me. I was like, damn, she gets this excited over just like a cake bar or whatever. So
Yeah, I mean, at least it gave her something to look forward to because she was getting fed with like the IV bag type deal, pretty much just sucking on nutrient juice. That
yeah,
that
At
would be
least make it be
terrible.
stew or something, like blend that shit up, put it in a tube. I'd be a little better than nutrient juice.
Yeah, it would be. It definitely would be.
But it's good to get a little backstory on Billy too, because we haven't learned a lot about him yet. So I thought that was cool.
Yeah,
yeah.
very nice
He's
guy.
he's one of the round table, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
I just want to clarify.
he's got some spurs on them boots. We got a
Kinda-
cowboy.
Yeah, we
he
got a
kind of reminds me
cowboy.
of Andy a little bit.
How
Similar,
so?
I guess, in the sense that he is caring for a little girl who wanted to die.
That's
But
fair.
Dad and his facial features. His
They
face
do
looks
look
like
similar.
Andy. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of characters who look like Andy in this, because was it Crime or Grime? dude with the big the Gatling gun. He kind of looks like Andy too.
Okay. I see what you're saying.
We're getting the reverse out of here where all the male characters look similar instead of all the female characters. But so coming off the flashback and to finish the episode, we get Tatiana using her UT area ability to destroy everything close to her. And homie blew up a ship, and the only thing I could think of was Tatiana, more like the Titanic. She's freaking destroying this thing, dude.
Yeah, it's a wrap. And I hope some of those, well, all those people on that boat end up in the sea because deplorables. They're all deplorables.
Definitely, yeah. That's that'll be a crazy shift in the world economy. You know, I mean, that's a lot of money and flush down the drain.
Yes. We'll be all right.
We don't need that dirty money.
Nah, not at all.
And during this attack, we see Tatiana come out of her shell, literally, and she uses it and destroys most of the ship. And this also allows Andy to get his eyes on Unrepair. And the last thing we see is Andy bite off his finger to do a little parts bullet. And that's when the episode ends. So excited to see where it goes next, if they actually take down Unrepair and say Fuko, or if we get some different conclusion here.
Yeah, I really do wonder because, I mean, as we've been told by Rip / Unrepairs, like he has to die in order for her to live. I don't know what other way they would say Fuko. So we'll see. We'll see how this goes.
I'm still thinking that the one that stops people from moving is going to join the crew and not Unrepair. That's what I'm thinking still.
Oh, Unrepair's dead for all I can care.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, no, he's definitely not
gone.
gonna. Yeah, he's not gonna join the union. But I think we're gonna get like a crazy twist here. I'm not sure if Andy will kill Rip. I think Rip's gonna pull some shit out of his ass and make himself untouchable.
Okay.
Ooh,
Interesting.
untouchable.
Not literally, but yeah.
Well, sweet.
Yeah.